Hello and welcome everybody back for another FIA race here on Wednesday night in the M300 GR Super RZ 2019 here at Kyoto Driving Park, Yamagiwa, however you say it. Look, I'm going to be honest with you guys tonight, straight off the bat. I can't see or imagine this stream being a particularly long stream. I think it's going to be quite short. And I don't think it's going to be particularly interesting, and I'll explain to you why. First and foremost, and I'm still a little bit sick, sorry, same excuses as always. Got a bit of a cough, I'm a bit sniffled up, it's whatever. Big welcome to everybody in the chat, by the way, great to have you along. So first and foremost, I suck at slow cars in Gran Turismo Sport, and it's not the slowness of them. It's the tyres, the fact that we are restricted to street or sport tyres. And they feel like rubbish. They are not right. Now, Gran Turismo's done a lot of work on their race compounds. And they get into a stage where certainly the race softs feel quite good. But the sport tyres, they do not feel good. They feel rubbish. The car is just... It's vague, it just slips and slides all over the place, very unrealistic, and I can relate a hell of a lot more to sport tyres, having actually done track days and even a 6-hour race in real life on tyres that close resemble what Gran Turismo is aiming to do with these sport tyres here. And these things have just got no grip. I've said it before, it's like they're racing on gravel. And yeah, I just can't get my brain around it. I'm not particularly good. I'm not fast. I can't seem to find any more pace. I've done a 151.5. I've done a few 151s. I just can't go any faster. So, yeah, not going to go particularly well tonight. Now, I have actually, this is the second time I've done this race. I did the 5 o'clock race. To be fair, I hadn't done a lot of practice for that 5 o'clock race. But I did it anyway, just as a bit of a practice, really. Unfortunately, because my driver rating points are starting to increase a bit, I was put in the top split, and I had all of the Oceania Gran Turismo celebrities in that race. If you've heard of them, they were in it. Well, you can see the times there at the top, Line facing Conzio, and I think in my race they came like 4th and 5th or something like that. So there was some seriously quick guys. And I got absolutely dumped on. Now, the other worst thing about this race, it is odd, man, yes. Yeah, you can't turn the wheel at all. It's very tiny wheel inputs. You've got to be very gentle on it. The thing just understeers, oversteers. It's just a whole, all 4 wheels just sledge across the track. There's no... It's horrible. It feels like you're trying to race on gravel. And it's something that I don't think Gran Turismo's got right. And it's something I've never been able to get my brain around is the lack of traction to really push and get those last sort of extra second or so. I mean, I'd be happy with a 150.5. I'm never quite up the top with Line facing Conzi and such. If I could do a mid 150, I'd probably be fairly happy with my time. But I just can't get a feel for it at all. No, everything's locked in FIA races Ozfarmer. So you can see here, weight reduction power ratio. Here's all of the your ride height, anti-roll bars, suspension, all this stuff. It's all locked. Cannot modify or edit any of it. Tiniest movement on the controller and you're drifting as well. I thought wheel would make it a bit easier, and it might do, Super Dragon. It might be easier, but it's still shit. It doesn't feel good at all. Hey, Gundam Russ. I hope you're well. I'm okay. I'm fine. I just can't get rid of this residual cold. I've got a bit of a cough and a snotty nose, and I've had it for 5 or 6 days now, even though I've been feeling pretty much totally fine. So I'm well and truly over that. It's a gentle affair on the wheel too. Oh, it is. It is. So what you can expect to see is if I get put in the top split again, you can expect to see me come last. I don't expect any more than that out of me. What you'll be watching me is come last. The other reason why this is going to be a short stream and unfortunately a fairly uninteresting race I suspect, is because, for whatever reason, they've just thrown everything out the window in terms of tyre wear, fuel burn. And we all, well, I don't, but a lot of you guys complain about the high tyre wear and stuff. At least it causes people to pit. At least it makes people, you know, have to work hard on tyre wear, race hard on tyre wear, causes pit stops. This car, for this race, it's a 9-lap race. Again, I have already done this once. It's a 9-lap race, and the tyre wear is such on these sport softs, which feel like dog shit. You can do 22 laps out of a pair of these. Now, it's a 9-lap race, and with the tyre wear they've got set, the tyres are good. No, sorry, that's fuel. Fuel is good for 22 laps. Tyres, I reckon, would be spot on for about 15. And if you really had to, you could probably get them to 17, 18 laps. And it's a 9-lap race. So, straight away, forget pit stops. Because you don't need fuel. You don't need tyres. They're just shy of 2-minute laps. It's only a 9-lap race. So, it's not even... It's probably about a 16-minute race. It's essentially a tiny, tiny sprint race. And it felt much like the daily race B feels. Because there's no pit stop, there's no strategy, which means that where you qualify, you're not going to come a whole lot better. If you qualify 15th, unless something absolutely catastrophic goes on in front of you, you're not clawing your way back for the race win. Wherever you qualify, that's where you're going to be racing, because no pit stops, 9 laps, 16, 17 minutes, the race is over. Some higher fuel burn. I'll take high fuel burn. I actually don't mind. I've said this in the past. I don't mind the high tyre burn that they run, because it's a test of skill. Whereas when they run a high fuel rate, it's less a test of skill. I mean, it is. Everything is. But what it does is it really plays into advantage those people who already are fast. It makes the faster stronger, because they can back off a little bit and save fuel, whereas everyone else is still having to push like a bastard to find that initial pace. They don't have to, so they can roll off and save the fuel, which means that even though someone who might have found themselves in the first half of the race fighting in the top 5, thinking, geez, I'm going alright here, I'm fighting up with all the mad dogs in the top 5, all of a sudden they pit and they're miles down. They're not competing at all because they've burnt all their fuel up. Whereas tyre wear is straight up just a test of skill. And I have got some good results towards the end of races when people are struggling with tyre wear and they're slipping and sliding all over the place, falling off the racetrack. Because, I think when people can handle that tyre wear a little bit better, they can kind of come good at the end of a race. So I am not against seeing the big ridiculous tyre wear, but none of that's a factor for this FIA race. This is a straight up 9-lap sprint race, and wherever you qualify is roundabout where you're going to get. I wouldn't reasonably expect to go more than about 5 positions above your qualifying position. Hey Fresh 2D. Can't drive this car. No, me either. I can't drive any. Well, what I was just saying, if you missed the start of the stream, is I don't like any of these slower cars in Gran Turismo because the tyres, the tyre model for these sport tyres, is just absolute dog shit. It's not good at all. The car just, you feel like you're on gravel. And as I say, like, if anyone wants to call me out for having a lack of real-world experience to compare this to, these are the tyres I have real-world experience on. I've never done a track day or a race in real life on full slick race tyres. So that I can't relate to, if anything. But I have done the aforementioned events on sport tyres, which is road legal tyres, but softer compound. Not the kind of thing you'd run on your family car. And it's just totally unrealistic. And the funny thing is, like, my RX-7 that I did that track day in was doing similar pace through the corners as this Super is. So I'm taking a lot of these corners at sort of 120, 130, 140 kilometers an hour. They are the exact speeds I was doing the corners in my RX-7. So I have real world experience at these tyres, and I can tell you the RX-7 felt amazing. A little bit of rear end slippage because there's no weight in the back, and my suspension's too tight. But this thing's just awful. Awful, awful. Left a Prezi for me on Twitch chat. Oh, I missed it, Kogan. I've got Restreamio chat up too. I'll have a look back through soon. But this thing's just crippling understeer followed by race ending oversteer. And you just can't turn, you've just got to be so gentle on your wheel inputs. You do like it. I don't mind this track, Hogan. I would say that this track also doesn't suit my natural driving style. Big, long, fast sweeping corners have never ever been my forte personally. I'm much better at sharper stop-start, slower corners, heavy braking zones. But in this car on these tyres, I don't think it would matter what racetrack I'm on. Oh, reading the chat. Drifted out a bit wide. A bit wide. If you like drifting, then this is the event for you. Because I can tell you now, this car... it drifts. I actually set a 150 with this car on a DualShock 4. Sadly, I didn't go well with the A90. I use men around this track in general. Yeah, unfortunately, Kogan, Restreamio is letting me down again and not displaying Twitch chat, so that's useless. Let me open up Twitch. So I can say hello to my Twitch viewers, because they are important to me. But it's not going to load old chat. So I don't know what happened, Kogan. Let me see if I can pop the Twitch chat out. Oh, you're a VIP, Kogan. What does that mean? I don't know what it means, but thank you, I think. Pop out. Here we go. I found it. Now I actually have a proper Twitch pop out to be able to read the Twitch comments. Hey Rory, what's going on, mate? Oh, the 890 is this Supra. Yes. Is it? Because apparently it's a GR Supra RZ19. Just saying. Not making a big deal out of it. Love the shirt. Thanks, Matthew. I reckon you can hit a 150 on a Wii remote. Probably. I certainly can't. I'm going to jump out and join the actual real event. So, yeah. I just suck at these slow cars on these tyres. I just cannot. And it's nothing against the Supra specifically. It's the compounded tyres, which don't do a good job. And once you're used to other other games, such as the tyre model in things like iRacing. Not that they have anything really slow, but they do have some slow cars, mind you, slow race cars. Assetto Corsa, even Project Cars feels a bit better than these things down here. But anyway, that's all of my excuses out in one hit. But yeah, it's not going to be the most successful race, but hopefully it'll give you guys a chance, especially the non-Australians out there. We are always the pioneers that have to do this stuff first and then teach the Europeans how to... Oh, a new member. Welcome. CRR Ranger, my man. Thank you very much. Ring Driver, as you were previously known. Welcome, dude. Welcome to... I'm going to write you straight on the board here, so I don't forget your name. Big welcome. I will add you, or maybe if there's a moderator with enough permissions on Discord, if you could make him one of the channel sponsors, that'd be great. You need to have accelerator and brake inputs at the same time for road cars. I learned it on money grinding. You absolutely do. And I'll go and try and show you a demonstration of what Razaka, if I've said that right, is talking about. Because I have to do the same thing, otherwise you're on. Thank you, Noble. I'm missing a name off there. There you go, Kogan. It was a 2-month Twitch member notification that popped up. Thank you very much, Kogan. Much appreciated, dude. And hello, Evie Sean? Evie Sean. One of them. Reckon I nailed it. But welcome to everyone. And yes, it's great to have yet another member on YouTube. Welcome, Ranger. There's 2 of the previous member update videos available for viewing. They will both be available in the Discord chat once either myself or someone else makes you the right permissions. Obviously, the other one was posted just yesterday. It was filmed and posted yesterday. Such is my efficiency. So in terms of braking and accelerating at the same time, the only way I can brake as late as I do into turn 1 is to use the accelerator while still on the brake. So watch my 2 inputs. You can see the accelerator on the right-hand side, brakes is on the left. Watch my inputs as I do turn 1. Now, I don't know if that showed up then, because obviously I'm watching the road. But hopefully you would have seen me still hard on the brakes, and then apply some throttle, which actually slows the car down and causes it to turn. It's the only way to get any kind of handling on these cars that I've found. Maybe not everyone does it, but that's what I have to do, and I'll do it into this left-hander coming up as well. So, again, watch the brakes and the accelerator at the same time. So I'll get on the brakes now, and a little bit of accelerator, which settles the car down, lift off the brake and punch out on the throttle. It's the only way I can get these things to actually do what they're supposed to do. Well, that's still too hot into that one. Not sure mods in Discord can do it. Okay, Kogan, it might be an admin. I reckon Ryan will pop into the chat at some point tonight. So if he does, he's an admin on Discord. If you could, if you see him and I'm in the race, if you could ask him to go on. He'll have to figure it out though. It'll probably still end up being me doing it after the race. But tell him to do it anyway for Ranger. For Ring Driver. The artist formerly known as Ring Driver. I'm a right foot braker, I can't do that. Oh yeah, okay. Well, Lionface, mate, however you do it is totally fine. I mean, you're currently sitting on a 149. Excuse me. Let's have a look at what Lionface is actually sitting on. So 149.4, mate. I think you'll be fine doing it however you are doing it. But that's the only way I can control the car. And if anyone else, oh bang, another member as well. Welcome, Super Dragon. got all the members going on. Let's add you straight to the member board. Super Dragon. And I think I'm missing last night's new member as well. Another new member. The Chook with a 150 flat. Oh, nice. Bang, bang, bang. He is too. A 150 dead evens. Been a right foot breaker for 7 years. Switched 3 weeks ago. In the real car, so in my RX-7 at Baskerville racetrack that I did, I'm both. So under the hard, because it's a manual with a clutch, so you can't left foot brake a manual car and shift down gears. There's a very delayed sound effect comes through. But anyway, huge kudos to Super Dragon in the chat, guys. Welcome along. Yet another member on the board. Thank you very much. Oh, this is exciting, isn't it? All the members coming on. What was I talking about? Yeah, so it's a manual car. You have to right foot brake. So in real life, and bear in mind that when I sim race and when I got into sim racing, my brain very much just tries to mimic what happens in real life. So obviously with a manual car, I right foot brake so that I can blip the throttle and shift down using my left foot on the clutch. But then in the other turns when I slow down, put it into third, for example, and there's a couple of corners in Basky you can just take in third or even second. So for them, I'll leave my right foot on the accelerator so I can modulate that, and then use the left foot just to dab a little bit of brakes and help work the car around. So I'm actually using right foot for the hard braking and left foot when I just need to dab a little bit of brake on. Took me 10 minutes to figure out how to do it. Yeah, it is. I put a link, because this whole YouTube gaming thing's all going tits up. I put a link right in the top line of the description of this channel, so you should be able to see it there. Awesome new VIPs, absolutely. I can probably add a few more emojis things now too, which is cool. I'm a right hand braker and a left foot accelerator. A right hand braker. That's interesting. I'd like to see you do that. Driving along the steering wheel with your foot and your hand next to each other. Hey Hippie, how are you, man? Had to quickly nap. Glad I made it back in time. You poor old sausage. What is even the time over there? It's bang on 9 PM here. Well, it's not. Actually, it's 5:02. What is it over there that you poor old man? It's bang on midday, and you've had to have a bit of a nap. Oh, you're right, matey. Right foot braking means you always have a little delay getting back on the power. Exactly, Rob. I think in sim racing, especially on the flappy paddles when you don't need a clutch, use left foot braking all the way, because that little trick I did there, that helps me so much with the stability of the car. But as I say, if Lionface says he can do it perfectly fine with a right foot brake, the time on the track, that proves all you need to know about which system works. They both work. It's whatever you can actually do yourself. Nip out, not a nap. I'm not a granddad. Oh, Chris Taylor coming in with another member. Jeez, I'm going to have to start erasing my daughter's beautiful pictures. Look at that beautiful... Oh, I've smashed the microphone. Look at that beautiful picture she's drawn there. I'm going to have to delete that. Welcome, Chris Taylor. Oh, I'm going to rub that picture out. She'll draw me another picture. She's 3.5. I reckon I've got a fair chance of having about 10 more years of receiving pictures. And at the moment, they are pumping them out like it's no one's business at all. Hey, Danny B, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Take a pic of it. She gone, hippie. It is completely gone. Bit like my texture I've got going on here. Now, who did I miss? Someone, I think. Brandy's Totally Real Girlfriend's back. Look out, guys. Not this again. Welcome in the chat. I'm going to need to scroll up. No. Pooh Bear 7864. Welcome. Thank you for subscribing. I did the one at Fuji a while back and found trying to unsettle the car on some of the sweepers gave me quicker lap times. Yeah, okay. Whatever works for you, Matthew. For me personally, because I am sort of born and bred on F1 and F1 games, I like no slippage at all. I like 100% traction. And as soon as I lose a bit of control, my lap time goes to shit. But if you can get it to work for you... Brownie, who is definitely not me, why don't you become a channel member? He's flipping accounts again too. Such as... Anyway. Big welcome to Chris Taylor as well. As Super Dragon. Oh no, it's... And I've got Ranger there as well. No, I'm missing someone from last night. I think. Or maybe I do have everyone. Okay, apparently my whiteboard wants me to do a few more laps. Because it managed to, of all the buttons, I managed to clip then, it was the X button on the steering wheel. He's having a conversation with himself now. I think, yeah, Adam Walks. I've got him on... No, I don't have Adam on there, yeah. So that's who it was. That was probably an over-exaggeration of the method. But you can see how quickly it pulls up. If I don't do that accelerator and brake at the same time thing, that would have just speared off into nowhere and I never would have brought it back. But see, for me, I know a lot of people, like, I bet your line face holds it flat up through here. I just can't quite. I've just got to lift off at little spots. Otherwise, I lose control of the car. Although when you get off the brake, if you've got too much accelerator already down, that's when it spits the ass of the car out. Been wanting to join for ages but couldn't work out how to do it. Yeah. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you, man, and all the new members tonight. And last night. It's been a good couple of days, guys. Thank you all very much for the ongoing support. Hello, Zaverx. Yep, nailed it. Yeah, the very first line of this video's description has got a link. I thought I'd better do that because I had a few people say they wanted to join and had no idea how. That is how you can do it. It is. It's about the trajectory. You're dead right. If I had my line right, I could potentially take it flat. I'll give it one more go this time, see if I can take it flat or not. I had to lift on the second left in those S-curves. Yeah, drifting through the last one. And what I did in race one is actually hit the wall going up through there. Trying too hard to hold it flat. Pardon me. Apologies again, guys, for the coughing. Hopefully that all clears up. So here we go. Can I hold it flat? Oh, no. I knew I'd drop that long before I actually dropped that. But you can tell, and it's a little bit harder when you're not racing, but you can tell straight away, once you've gone around that first left-hander, if your line's going to be right, and I knew it wasn't going to be right. For this race, why is the car BOP'd? What's the purpose of BOPing a one-make series? I'm guessing it's to stop the tuning. I know you could disable tuning, but if you enable BOP or turn BOP off, but turn tuning prohibited, there's still some things you can alter, isn't there? I think you can still do your gearing and gearbox and a few other things, and I reckon they just want all of that completely locked out, because in my series as well, all the one-make series I've run, like the RX-7, the Jag, the Aston Martin, oh wow. Well, what I will say is that in race 1 at 5 o'clock today, I had the celebrity selection of Oceania's Gran Turismo players. Like, if you've heard them, if you've seen them get flown overseas and be on a Gran Turismo live stream somewhere, they were in my Lion Faces here. He will back that up. It was a very, very tough lobby. Conzio and Lionface were in it to start with, so there's my first problem. Actually, Fat Max Mole was also in it. He's the only one in this lobby that was in the other one as well. No, TRL Hole was in it as well. Kangaroos, thank you for your stream, mate. I'll give you 5 more if you burn the t-shirt. Never burn this t-shirt. This is an old t-shirt too. This is not their last year's championship one. That's right, last year's championship one. But thank you very much for the donation, Kanga. Much appreciated, dude. I will not be burning my shirt. Hey, Lewis Jr., how are you, mate? Yep, stupid fast, and all of them were... Yeah, which is surprising for the early slot. I mean, I'm never in the early slot, and I dropped in, and I was like, wow, is this when... It was the who's who of Gran Turismo players in Oceania region. It was all the big guns, and holy shit, man. They were way too good for me. I had no hope. I mean, you can see me here. I'm not going to go well. I'm not going to go well again. If I can get a top 10, I will dance on the spot, I reckon. Off stream. What's your favourite race circuit ever? Lewis. Huge call. Favourite race circuit ever? That's a super hard question to answer because a few of them give you different things. I love Spa. That is got to be one of the top ones. But sometimes, depending on the car and your mood, Spa's not perfect. I love Bathurst. But again, depending on which cars, it's not great. You're a Collingwood fan? Oof. Jesus, don't... Oh, you keen writing Collingwood fan in the chat. Nightbot, if I've set Nightbot up correctly, he'll just ban you. Not really. Your favourite track is Lasarth? Yeah, it's a cool track. I do love Lasarth. Adelaide Street Circuit is not my favourite, Mojo. I don't dislike it. You own an FF car, so can't say much for FR road cars. Yes. Speedy Chicken Man, your car's wrong wheel drive. Let's get out. Get me out. Because I need as many cracks. How did these guys all get out before me? I need as many cracks at this lap as I can possibly manage. And last time, I literally did my out lap, my banker, pitted, came back out and did one more flying lap, and that's quali over. Because it takes these cars 2 minutes to get around the track. Well, if you're in a rush, mate, you go. You go. That means more to you. Ranger Oz. That's not you, Ranger, is it? It's so hard now. You learn everyone's PlayStation names, and then finally, after 10, 15 years or whatever, go around me, big dog. It means more to you to be in front of me. Bring on more VIPs. This is nice. This is awesome, man. I'm stoked. I can't wait to update my VIP list for the end of the stream. Front-wheel drive cars are fun. Front-wheel drive cars are very, very good off-road. If you can't have an all-wheel drive car, you'll be faster in a front-wheel drive than a rear-wheel drive. Off-road. They're fun little street cars as well. But if you try and actually put some power through them, and you try and push a car at a racetrack, the equivalent in a rear-wheel drive will ultimately get the job done. I don't mean to trigger everyone because I know... What are the statistics? You know, 70-80% of people nowadays have front-wheel drive cars. It might be even more now. So I'm sure that means most of the people watching the stream have got front-wheel drive cars. So no hate. It is a different person to CRR Ranger. Oh, because CRR Ranger, this is his name. That's his PlayStation name. You are quite right. See, I only own 2 cars. One of them, the Subaru Outback, is an all-wheel drive all the time, and then the RX-7, which is rear-wheel drive. So, but I have had front-wheel drives. We had a Ford Focus, which is an awesome car. I'll try not to be a complete nugget on my flyer, but Braces better not ruin my lap because he ruined his. Get out of my way, Braces. Thank you, sir. Oh, there's the other McCosy. Oh yeah, and again, in a straight line, man, front-wheel drive cars can be awesome. If you can get the traction down, then there's no difference in a straight line. But there's a very good reason why all your main racing series around the world all use rear-wheel drive. But it's not for the fun of it. I want a Skoda Octavia, yep. And I've got, as I say, I've got nothing against front-wheel drive cars. I have owned the Focus. It was cool. I'd still love to own a one of the XR5s. I don't know what they were called overseas. But the first shape Focus, the bubbly one, but then the big turbocharged 2-litre, awesome one. So, I've managed a 52.5 whilst talking on stream. Whereas at the 5 o'clock spell, because I'd done no practice, I did my fastest lap was a 53.5, and that was without having to talk and read comments. That was literally just me sitting here. So this is my in lap. I just need to get in the pits, change tyres, but this lap I need to burn as much fuel as I can. Don't have a car at the moment. I did have a UC Toronto as a project car before I had to move. Nice. Bet you wish I hang on to that. I mean, my RX-7 is still very much a project car. Whilst it does look cool enough, it runs like a dream at the moment. It's road registered and everything. It's by no means a complete car or a perfect car. It has many flaws. But it's 38 years old now. So a 38-year-old car is always going to need, and it's been bastardised along its way too. It's not the pure virgin that it once was. It's been pulled apart, gutted, repainted. I mean, it's held together with just random bolts out of people's sheds, mine included. There's just not that many factory bolts left in it, holding, you know, trim and that sort of thing in. Didn't burn. You can see how much fuel I didn't burn. Dreaming of owning either a Honda Jazz or a Toyota Yaris. Just like what your dad owns. And the new Mazda 6s are cool enough. Dreaming big there with the Jazz. Great little car. I presume performance is not a top priority list for you. The almighty 2006 SsangYong Muso. I bet no one drives one in this chat. Brody, I bet you're right. The Honda Fit hybrid. So that is the Jazz, isn't it? We don't have a Honda Jazz hybrid here, do we? Just try and calm my jets a little bit. I don't want to hold this guy up if he's on a flyer. I'm just going to get it right out of his way and let him go. Because I just don't want to take too much Too much of the hair off my tyres on an outlap. But also don't want to get in people's ways. It's not been my slowest outlap. I'm going to let these two guys go. So I've got plenty of time to get across the line. It will be the last lap. So hopefully now they don't hold me up. I'll have one more crack to find a bit of time. Not that I think I will. I'm relatively happy with that time as it is. Considering how much I suck at these cars and these tyres. Let's have one more crack. The Camry Hybrid. Okay, come on, here we go. That's just made an absolute dog's breakfast of turn one. So I can already tell you now this lap's Gornsky. That's a bad trajectory. And that's, yeah, that's this lap gone. 2 tenths down already. I'm not going to hold you up. I've ruined it. The other lap time is going to be my only one. So P10 is a lot better than I did in race 1 tonight. That much I can confirm, but unfortunately a lot of these guys are going to be on a second flying lap, which I don't have, but man, I'm struggling with these cars. And obviously this is, I'd imagine the reason why they've gone for such, you know, in my opinion, it's probably the worst, most boring FIA race they've done. 9 laps, no pit stops, tyre wear, fuel burns fine, in an M300 car on sport tyres, slips and slides everywhere, rubbish tyre model for the sport tyres. But this is the Cup that's coming up, so the manufacturers has been removed for a Supra Cup. Excuse me. And I'd imagine this is their way of giving us a test race before we jump into that series. I have a VE GTS. I've had it for 10 years. Can't bring myself to replace it with something smaller. Fair enough. Have a Mazda 2 Sport, which at the moment is a Seagull poop magnet. Oh, that's so good. What are the points like? They won't be as good as my first race. No. I'm pretty sure on my first race it was like 2,800 or something for first. I don't know if Lionface is still floating around. Yeah, there he is. Dan Holland dropped, did he? Yeah. So the points, and given that I'm going to be flat out coming 10th in this, I'll be happy with 10th. And I'll be happy with 878 points. Let me tell you, it won't be counted because it only counts your top 2 scores. But this is not the round for me. My FIA kind of started bad, came good in the middle, and it's just kind of shit at the end again. Who is that McCosy academic? I've asked that before. Is it any relation to Nick McCosy? Top 3 scores as of tonight. Top 3 scores as of tonight. Well, I've only got 2 semi-decent scores I'm not totally embarrassed with. Everything else is shit, less than 1,000. I've not had a good FIA Nations Cup. The one that I actually put some effort into. The other ones I've just kind of dropped in and done random races and actually done okay. This one I've put just a skerrick of effort into doing okay, and I've just had a bad time. Had a real bad time. So I don't think the Super Cup is replacing it. I think it's an additional championship which will run, and then I'd imagine once the Nations Cup is done, that'll disappear, and the manufacturers will come up and run alongside the Super Cup. But I don't know that. That's just a guess. The finish last strat works wonders for me. Mart. Oh, I dropped to 12th, so I lost 2 spots there towards the end. I'm just going to aim for a top 10. I'm just sorry to you guys that I can't be more competitive tonight. I got 2,000. You got one 2,000 point round, Brandy. That's pretty good. It's the only FIA race I've done in months. Excuse me, again, apologies for the coughing, guys. I'll mute it where I can. Good luck, thank you, Ranger. I will need all of it. Every single piece of it. I'm going to add Adam Morks onto this while I think of it. And I will add Chris Taylor, Super Dragon, and Ranger, Ring Driver, Ranger, in Discord to the VIP lounge in there, so you guys can chat in there. And that's where the links to my member update videos are as well. Yesterday's was filmed on board the RX-7. First time I've rigged a GoPro up in the RX-7. To face inwards. I've got one on the outside of the windshield facing out. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. Sneeko Man. The old Sneeko. Aim for at least the top 10. That's what the goal is, Mart. Top 10. Breaking news, 10 nuggets for top 10. 10 Polish lead nuggets on the line if I can manage a top 10. Does that mean if I come 18th, I'll get 18 Polish lead nuggets? And then first, I'll only get 1, therefore disincentivizing me to chase the win. Go and win. Well, I appreciate your confidence there, Berto. I would suggest it's unlikely, unless everyone DC's in front of me. Maths is hard. Thank you, Lion. Keep it clean, away from the penalties. You'll get 8th. Ooh. Now, that is a more realistic guess, and I can get behind 8th, Lion. I'll be happy with 8th in this car at this track. If you get top 10, I'll have McDonald's for dinner. Oh, wow, really? Do you promise? Honest? If you don't, I'll get a sandwich from Sainsbury's. What's Sainsbury's? Is that like a Subway? Or is that just like a... Isn't Sainsbury's like a supermarket shopping mall thing? Macca's on the line here. Can I earn Brownie a McDonald's lunch? He's a uni boy, so I'd imagine McDonald's makes up a fair proportion of his diet anyway. That's a supermarket, yeah. Super Dragon's predicting 9th, so we're all Opa's 6th. And 7th from Matthew, mostly due to penalties. Oof, I hope so. I will take a 6th, I'll take a 7th. 100%. Let's see if I can... I'm just going to try and keep it clean. Stick to the pace I've got. And hopefully people in front of me fall off the track. And hopefully I don't fall off the track. By the way, that interior is pretty ugly. Here we go. 5 lights. We are away, the short shift to second. And it's not the greatest start of my life. And then I've missed a gear. Old 11th went to close the door then. I've had to panic and stab the brakes a bit. So no spots gained off the line. That's an interesting sort of dart onto the grass. Whoa, dude. I'm on the wrong side anyway, so you'll get to keep this position, but I'm just going to do my thing. And there's some contact anyway. He couldn't help but run wide. You know what? I'm going to cut his nose off. Yeah, I've got it. I've got the spot. So we are up one spot. No SR down arrow for that. Very slight contact, and nor should there be. Bit sideways. And a long punch up the hill. I'll see if I can sit in pubs. Slipstream. The slipstream in this car, and I didn't check to see what the slipstream was set at, but it does almost nothing. You have to be underneath the bonnet, the boot even, bonnet, the boot, to get any benefit from. Now, I took the inside line there. That actually wasn't a good idea. I need to prioritise once I'm still in a pack. I need to prioritise getting a better run onto the front straight. Although it looks like Far Q Racing got a worse run onto the straight than I did. So much. That's half drift, that. Rubbish tyre model. Anyway, let's stop going on about that. Oh, there's a wall hit. I'll look like I'm going to go down the outside, and then I'm going to cut it back into the inside. But he's able to get on the gas out nice and wide. Oh, someone's had a real bad run out there into the... That was Knuckles. Actually, Knuckles was in my earlier race, the 5 PM race. I don't think he had a particularly good race then either. Oh, sorry about the little bit of contact there, big dog. Try and leave a car space on the outside. Got an SR up arrow. You know what, I'm going to bail out of that. So it's kind of a dick overtake anyway. Mind you, it was nice not to see some SR down arrows. So I'll run out wide this time. Hopefully old mate doesn't stuff it up the inside of me, which he has done. I was going to try and go the cut back on pubs there. Oh, he had a penalty anyway. Intense racing back here in 9th and 10th. The position may not be good, but the quality of racing is, you know, mediocre-ish, I guess. Very wide there. Stick to the inside. Don't close the door on me. I'm going to have to lift and just tuck in behind him here. This is not a good spot to be overtaking anyone. Look like I'm going to go down the outside, see if I can give him the switch back again. Took it easy that time, but I don't mind applying the pressure to him. Make him work for his 9th position. We have lost a little bit of ground to 8th though, with all this bickering. Excuse me. That was probably getting a bit close to a cut. Let's bugger that up anyway. Let's see if I can stay in front of Jack Gassett. No. Sitting duck after that mistake. Oh, quite know what he's doing there, but... That was my mistake and I've lost a spot for it. cut a little bit too much to the inside, panicked about a penalty, swung it back out, and it was all to my own detriment. Don't close the door on me. Had to roll out of it. But we're both very slow up here, and now I'm going to lose another spot up the inside. You know what I'm going to do though? Follow him through. Oh, he's braked hard in front. Tell you what, we're racing for sheep stations down here. Down there in the nosebleed section. Make one little mistake and you're overtaken. See, I should be up there with old pubs at the moment. That one little mistake's got me back to 12th. Don't quite know why I changed down 2 gears there, but I've made a breakfast of it. I'm going to lose another spot. So it's just going from bad to worse for me at the moment. Traction going away from me. Just a little bit. It's close, but I don't care much about close. I'm out wide. And there's a penalty there for Q. Not his first for the day. But the worst thing about the penalty zone here, and I can't emphasise enough how much you don't want to get a penalty. Penalty zone's right at the start of the straight. So in my race 1 I got a 1.5 second penalty for a cut. And I lost, I reckon, conservatively. Oops. Came into that a bit hot. I reckon I lost 3 seconds from it. I mean, that guy only had to serve 1 second. He was 1.5 up the road. And you can see how much he's lost. Now I've got to try and push on and catch back up to Jack Gassett. And try and get away from this angry mob that would love nothing more than to kill me. Without dropping it on these slowly wearing tyres. Made a little bit of ground on Jack, but odd far Q. Well, that is too hot into there. Tyre wear starting to show through now. It's a slightly better run onto the straight, but not as good as Jack's. So we'll lose, oh no, gaining a few thousandths of a second and losing tenths. Definitely starting to feel the tyre wear, but it's not a huge concern. It's just to readjust your brain and expect less from the tyres. A new member, Rory. Thank you very much, big fella. Appreciate it. Welcome to the VIP list. I mean, you are already a very important person to me, as are all of my subscribers. But it is now official, so welcome to Ear Ears. Everybody give him a lovely welcome. Sorry it took so long. Not at all, Erie. Not at all, man. I just appreciate that you've done it at all. So, race update. Far Q has dropped back, and I've now got Wild Panther chomping down on me. I'm not really making much of an impression on Jack Gassett. I seem to be doing a lot more drifting than I would like. He put a ring on it. He did, Ribs. No, I do appreciate that, Erie. That's actually my fastest lap of the race. Such was the encouragement from another new member joining the channel. I'll make sure to add you into the VIP lounge on Discord as well, Rory. So if you'd like to pop in there at any stage and see what's going on, you're more than welcome. Second to last lap. Jack didn't quite get that right, and I actually did that fairly decent, so I got it down to 8 tenths, 7 tenths now. Can I round out the 10? Come on. I'd love a top 10. I really would. See what I mean with no pit strategy and a short race? It's very hard to do much more than your qualifying position. Get off that grass, you pillock. Yeah, so I've actually lost another 10th to Jack. I think we've both caught up to Pubs a little bit though. But it's all going to be for nothing as we do start the 9th and final lap of this FIA sprint race. I don't think it's unfair to call this a sprint race. Streetcar sprint race. Just going to try and push Jack as hard as I can. And all we can do is hope for a mistake on worn tyres. Oh, that's down to 5 tenths. Coming for you, big Jackie boy. And unfortunately, we're very much the same pace for all of this. And he's down to 14th, so I need to get close enough to worry him. That must have worried him a little bit. It worried me. So I presume it worried him. But not enough. Oh, I'm going to have to take the inside defensive line here. Wild Panther. He did very well. He pushed me to the end there. But you got to get up pretty early in the morning to run one around the outside of me. Well, there you go, guys. Sorry I couldn't improve over 11th, but you can see what I was talking about with that race. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I at least had a decent, clean race. Had a bit of good action, good racing there for a little while. I did get up to 10th. I was racing along with 9th, and we had a little pack of 4 there for a while, so I suppose it brought some decent racing from a viewer perspective. Obviously, it's a shame it wasn't for 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, but there was a little bit of racing in there. I kept it relatively clean, so considering how much I can't drive these cars on these tyres, I'm happy enough with that. That's fine. There goes Brownie's Maccas. I was just thinking of your waistline, man. Just thinking of your waistline. Always there to support soldiers with the same struggle. You can buy me a Foster's at Bathurst one day. I hope you come down here. If you come down to Australia, man, let me know. Getting Nando's. I'm not made of money, Matt. Just had a herd of motorcycles racing past my house. There you go. I did get a clean race bonus. So I was right. It was a clean race. Racing past my house, followed by a couple of cars. Okay. A bit of bintang. Beer is bad for you. Beer is not bad for anyone. It's good. It's a health drink. Excuse me. I bet you get Maccas anyway. It's a fair call, Brownie. Let us know. Hey guys, just joined. Welcome, Alex. How many races have you done? This is just... I did 2 FIR races today. So I did the 5 PM, and this is the last race in Australia, which is the 9 PM race. A Sainsbury sandwich it is. Fair enough, Brownie. Man of your word. Well, yeah, I'm going to have to pull my finger out and go and become a member of yours as well. Actually, Rory, I've been thinking about doing that for a little while. That's what I need today. But look at all these new members. I always cock that up. It's 2 E's, isn't it? E-E-R-I-E-I-S-S? Something like that. Beer is good for mental health. That's true. Everyone's encouraging Brownie for a cheeky Macca's run. Yeah, well done all. Good job. Everyone's leaving, and they said they're nice to me. Hope you got my handbrakey. Sure did, gas it. Sure did, big dog. Funny enough, I'm currently on my way to start my work for Sainsbury's. Well, there you go. Alex, maybe Brownie will come and buy a sandwich off you. A sandwich. Well, yeah, that was the thing, wasn't it? Hopefully, if you guys enjoyed it, by the way, remember to give it a like. Give the stream a like and a bit of a thumbs up. Straight away with the discount. If he members you and you member him, who gets the money? Only YouTube. That's true. That is true. Mrs. Brownie's real girlfriend's name is Sue. Well, maybe. 15% off at the moment as well. There you go. Look at this. We're matchmaking in Sainsbury's Sandwich. This is the chat right now is the true relationship story of how two people came together to embrace a Sainsbury sandwich. And it's beautiful. It is absolutely tearing at my heart. Excuse me. I'm actually going to end the stream there, believe it or not. Despite having all these new members tonight, Ranger, Super Dragon, Chris Taylor, and of course here he is, Rory, at the end there. Becoming new channel members, thank you all very much. I'm going to go and update my VIP list right now, actually. And also Kangaroos for his $5 donation. Much appreciated. Now, tomorrow night, there is content alert on my channel. So if you're new, it might be worth hitting that subscribe. Your opinion on Japanese drivers of GTS? They're just like any other country drivers, I guess. Where are we? Yeah, so content coming out tomorrow night. If you guys have tried or not the daily race seat this week, I know a lot of people were avoiding it. It is in the old F1500T around Brands Hatch. And it's quite cool. It's quite cool, actually. I recorded a race yesterday morning, I think it was. That'll be released tomorrow night, and it might give you a few pointers if you're struggling with it. It's not going to help you get onto the top 15 leaderboard, or top 10 leaderboard, so don't worry about that. It's not that good a guide. It's not really a guide, but you might pick up a few pointers that help you. So CRR_Ranger. Super Dragon. I'll have to double check these YouTube names against them as well because I've just jotted down whatever. Chris Taylor. I think I've already added in Adam Morks. And Erie is, I'm definitely not confident enough. EERIE ISSS, I think. Off the top of my head. Let me go and have a Captain Cook. How close was I? EERIE 4 S's, not 3. Damn it! I was let down by my S count. There we go. That is better. Yeah, Aussies don't drink Fosters. Amen to that. I just happened to see that comment whilst I was up there looking for yours. Am I back on the list? Absolutely, TJ, absolutely. I did message you on Discord about that, and I actually did message you in the stream last night as well. You pulled a 112.4 in quality with the wheel. Nice, Liquor. Good work, man. I've been running the Peugeot around the Red Bull Ring. Don't hate it. I haven't done that one yet. I might actually have a crack at doing that during the day tomorrow, and I might release that on Friday night. So there'll be a video tomorrow night. There was a stream last night, by the way, if you haven't watched the stream and you're interested. There's a stream last night, so you can go back and check that out on my channel. There will be, obviously, tonight's stream. You're here, so you know that. There's a video tomorrow night of this, the Race C, one make around Brands Hatch, and coming to terms with that old Formula 1 style car, and, yeah, making it work. And then maybe I'm going to try and do that, might do one or two of those Race Bs tomorrow, mash it together into a video, and might try and release that Friday or Saturday. So heaps of content. And I did my members update video this week. So I've got to add all you guys into Discord as well, which I'll do whilst the music plays. So whilst the music's playing to finish out this stream, I'll go and add all the new VIPs into the appropriate VIP lounge in Discord. So you guys can check out the member updates I've done. As I say, yesterday's member update for April was recorded in my car. First time I've done that. But anyway, that's going to be the end of the stream, guys. So thank you all very much for watching, whether or not you're part of the stream in terms of the chat or just sitting there watching. still appreciate you stopping by and being a member. Also, a massive thank you to those that were kind enough to leave a like. It does help me out. It does support the channel and all the rest. So I do appreciate that. Extra special welcome, of course, to the new members, Ranger, Super Dragon, Chris Taylor, and here he is. And Kanga for the donation as well. You guys have been very, very good. It is Anzac Day tomorrow as well, Kanga. Now, I've already made the video that I'll upload tomorrow night, so there won't be an Anzac theme. If I was going to live stream tomorrow night, which I originally was, but now I'm going to get pissed, because that's what you do when you're on holidays. So I would have done a Anzac Day sort of themed thing, but it's not going to happen now. But anyway, yes, happy Anzac Day, everyone, tomorrow from the Oz NZ region, or Turkey. And anyway, finally, make sure you are on all of my various social media platforms. I'm quite active on Twitter, so if you're on Twitter or you're interested in Twitter, jump on board that. I think it's Charlie_Rosco. All the links are in the description of this video anyway. As well as my Discord, that's where everyone hangs out in between. There is more than just the VIP lounge. There's a whole bunch of other rooms that people chat in and all the rest. So go and get on board that. Again, if you ever get lost with all the links and you don't know where to find stuff, best bet, go to my website, www.charlierosco.com. You can see it down the bottom right-hand corner of the screen there. But other than that, I think for now, that is pretty much going to be the end of my stream tonight and my streams this week, most likely. Having said that, may end up live streaming the FIA on Saturday night. Unsure. But if I don't, I'll make a video. Heaps more content coming up on my channel this week. I've been on holiday, so it's a lot easier, whereas normally I'll release 2 to 3 pieces of content. I think this week, including the member update, there might be 5 or 6 pieces of content, which is... I know, right? I know. Trust me, I know. It's amazing. Even I'm amazed. But anyway, I'm crapping on now. Thank you all again. Welcome to the new members. Thank you all for joining me. But for now... it is going to be, and here's the VIP list all updated. So thank you for watching. I'll talk to you all next time. Bye for now.